Good afternoon, teachers. Welcome to my Intel Teach Essential course. I'm Thi Thien Phuong from class 3C. Today I'm so happy to introduce my unit project. My assigned unit is Unit 6. It's your turn. Before I start, I want to introduce my outline. My outline has 4 main parts. The first one is unit summary, the second one is curriculum framing questions, the third one is assessment, and the last but not least is instructional procedures. And this is my portfolio of cell phones impacts. Assessment involves brochure checklist, peer feedback, and presentation checklist. The second one is student sample. It includes the sample of brochure and the sample of the presentations. The next one is student support. I put my sample of handout in here. And the next one is teacher support. These are some materials like articles and some video clips I want to introduce my student. And the last but not least is unit plan. So my project will prolong 3 weeks, and each subject area is technology and data analysis. And this is my unit summary. My student will work in group and conduct a survey in class, school, or in local areas, observing the way the young people use cell phones and comparing with the last several years. And then students will give some reasons which lead to the changes and find some negative and positive impacts of the cell phones, and finally make a group presentation to clarify their tests and their ideas. Students also work in group to make a descriptive brochure for solutions to control using cell phones. This is the objective. What I want my students is that they will attain these below things: collecting public input, collecting, sorting, and displaying the data, delivering the effective speaking presentation, and creating the brochure. We jump to the second part, the curriculum framing question. I have big questions, essential questions. How has smartphone changed our life? And my unit questions had 4 questions. What is the positive and negative impact of using smartphone early? Why would children prefer to surf for internet or play games rather play traditional games and other outdoor activities? How statistics help us understand the problem, and how can we reduce the negative impacts of using smartphone? And the last one is content questions. It includes 2 questions. What is social network popular in society, and what are the most negative impacts of using smartphones? The third one is assessment. This is my assessment timeline. In my unit project, I will use questioning and prior knowledge presentation to have student needs, and the presentation checklist and brochure checklist to help students make their own project on the right track. And the peer feedback for students to self-assess. About instructional procedures. My unit project has 3 weeks, so in the first week I will have a warm-up activity. I give my students some clips about development of mobile phone and technology in life, and then elicit students the obvious signal of these changes. And I also recommend some documents and some links of websites. We find out the obvious difference in 10 years about the way people contact or use phone by asking students conduct a survey in their local area as a case study, and then they will share their thoughts in order. In the second week, we figure out the main causes which lead the young people to use cell phones so much, by asking students to predict about what causes that habit, guiding students to become a careful observer if young people become addicted to cell phone and when, and then presenting an overview of the project with a descriptive brochure. Remember, a project should be included students all experience about 1 day without cell phone and Facebook or internet surfing. In this week, I also will provide a sample handout for students to know what kind of information of the survey. And then I will collect the data and let students share data with each other. To analyze the data, students can make graphs, charts, and tables to show an analysis of the result. Prepare the slideshow presentations, and students have to submit the presentation checklist and brochure checklist. In the last week, for effective solutions, I want my students to develop and improve their presentation practice. I will instruct students based the peer feedback form to assess their product, and I require students create meaningful brochure and review the brochure checklist. I also have a small assignment that students write a report how phones and internet change their habits every day, as well as the major cause or suggestions to adjust. And this is some sample. This is the presentations that I prepare. I give them some current state of our society for students to narrow down the unit. And this is the sample of brochure. So thank you for your paying attention. I hope that it will be useful for you. Bye bye.